Good morning, world, and welcome to yet another fantastic episode here with us on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast as we embark upon on what will be another great episode this morning. And so, yes, world, we are back like a shark attack, back like we left some, back like we ain't got no clothes on our back. And for the world is a better place when the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast is taking place. And so, thank you for tuning in with us this morning as we conversate about the latest sports topics that have taken place from this week and will be upcoming the following week. It is always a blast to have you all tune in to participate with us every weekend. As a reminder that every week we always like to begin our podcast by reminding our audience that the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast can be found on Facebook via the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast community page, on IG, again on IG at the Early Morning Sports Talk POD. Again, on IG at the Early Morning Sports Talk POD. We are also live on IG as well at the moment. Fantastic. YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify as the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, as well as our own Facebook pages via Brandon Price, Jamar Goodman, Ian Jones, as well as our guests for this weekend. Today is January 20th of 2024, and we have seen yet another fascinating week in the sports world. Well, we saw the super wild card weekend kick off, in which the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, supposedly came out and laid yet another huge egg. But this time they laid one of the hugest eggs in recent memory in defeat to the youngest team in the NFL, the Jordan Love led Green Bay Packers, who came out clicking on all cylinders. On the other hand, Joe Flacco reminded us on why he was on the couch in the first place, coming out and laying another huge egg as this unfazed rookie quarterback and rookie head coach, both of whom are brothers, by the way, mightily took care of business and now move on to face the Baltimore Ravens this afternoon. Another noteworthy headline is the Philadelphia Eagles finally being put out of their misery as they got romped by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Good pick, Jamar, giving Baker Mayfield his second playoff win as a starting NFL quarterback. And then lastly, a big congratulations to the Detroit Lions, whom lifted a Motor City curse of this franchise by winning its first playoff game since 1991 in a fashion and story that could not have been written any better. In defeating former line quarterback and the man he was traded for, Matthew Stafford, and the Los Angeles Rams in what would turn out to be a great matchup. And so, with that being said, introducing our guest for this morning on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, joining us for the first time, our brother, Mr. Jake Long, aka Jock. Jock is an employee of the city of Chicago. He is in his younger 30s. He reps the East Side, aka over East, and he has one beautiful daughter. But he is single to mingle, ladies. Again, he is single to mingle. His two favorite football teams out of Chicago Bears and the San Francisco 49ers. Bro watches and supports a variety of sports, but watches professional and collegiate sports, and therefore is a well-rounded fit for the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. And so we thank you, Jake, for taking the time out of your busy schedule and joining us this morning, my brother, for what will be a very special Early Morning Sports Talk podcast show. And so as we do all our guests, we want to ask you, how are you this morning, sir? How are you, bro?
Man, I'm nothing but blessed, man. God woke me up another day, so that's all I can ask for.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for joining us, bro. Solid. Yes. Additionally, introducing my brother from another mother and one of my partners here on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, Mr. Jamar Goodman. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Hey man, tired, but we here. Let's get the rocking and rolling, bro.
Yes, sir, bro. Yes, sir. And lastly, introducing our partner here on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast and our other brother from another mother, Mr. Ian Jones, aka Rod Tidwell. Mr. Ian Jones, my bro, what it do?
How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling this morning?
Great, bro. Great. And so, yes, with that being said, let's get into our conversation for this morning. And so, yes, again, thank you for joining us, bro. But we're going to start this morning with your team, Jake's 49ers. And so, what we do is we basically generally start with Jamar. But since you are a guest and you're a 49ers fan, we're going to start with a little something different. And so we're going to talk to you about your team. And so with that being said, we know that you are a 49ers fan. It is noted that your squad will play tomorrow. No, tonight actually. In the NFL round tonight. Against the upstarted young Green Bay Packers. You have had yet another winning season with a quarterback that was drafted last season as Mr. Irrelevant and now is a bona fide MVP candidate. And so as a 49er fan, knowing that your quarterback is in a head-to-head battle that is likely with Baltimore Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson, we would like to ask you to make a case. And this is just to make a case, but we will post this reel also this week. We would like for you to make a case, Jacques, on why your quarterback, Brock Purdy, should be the NFL MVP this season and not Lamar Jackson or anyone else. So why should your quarterback be MVP this season?
Well, by the numbers, he should be MVP. But a couple debates I had earlier this week is because he didn't beat the big team. The only big team he beat was the Eagles. And we had turnover trouble. We threw 5 turnovers and a loss to the Ravens. So that put us back burner. So it gives Lamar the better edge to win MVP. But playoffs talk more than the regular season. So we got to see what's going to go happen today. What happened today determines the MVP to me.
Okay. Yes. Good morning, Victor Young. He stated that Brock Purdy is another Chad Pennington.
Damn.
Tough. That's real tough. And Chad was nice.
Yeah, man. Chad.
That's sick. I like this comparison though.
That's rough.
Vic, dog, why, bro?
Ooh-wee. He was a nice little QB.
Yeah, Chad Pennington, he won, man. He led them to the championship game once.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Before that injury, he was nice.
He was nice. He was efficient. He was efficient, man. And so, good morning, Victor Young. Good morning, bro. And so, yeah. And so, to get your opinion, do you feel that the MVP should come from the 49ers? Should it be Christian McCaffrey? Should it be Brock Purdy? Or do you think it's Lamar's the win?
From the NFL aspect, it's going to be Lamar. But my personal opinion, I believe it should have been Tyreek, just off the things he did this year. You know what I'm saying? The yardage. You feel me? Game in, game out. Don't get me wrong. It was some games he was lazy, but like to bounce back from the year and leaving the Chiefs to having almost a 2,000-yard season, that's insane. But the NFL is a quarterback-driven league, and day in, day out, the quarterbacks got to prove their worth every day. That's why they're the highest paid position in the NFL. So it's going to have to come down to the playoffs. It's come down today. If Lamar could get them to the Super Bowl, that's just guaranteed shooting for MVP. But if he choke and he lose to C.J. Stroud today, Baltimore going to look again and be like, hey, man.
It's going to be some rumblings, man. And you're right. I mean, C.J. Stroud, he's very good. And I proudly stated that he was going to have a choke in Week 18. Boy, was I wrong on the first play. On the first play, I was wrong. And, Jamar and they've been schooling me. And I know he was a great quarterback. I just thought the moment would get too big for him. It was people that thought last week the moment would get too big for him. It didn't get big at all. It didn't get big at all. This kid been torching them. And so, Jamar, in regards to the MVP race, who do you guys feel who do you feel will win the MVP?
I think by default, how, the narrative is, perceived and everything else is going to be Lamar Jackson.
Right.
But, you could definitely make an argument for Christian McCaffrey for sure, just based on what he has done all year long. He's been probably the most consistent player the whole the whole NFL season by far. And
Right.
like you said, Tyreek Hill, throw him into consideration because look, as we know, the last non-quarterback to win the MVP award was Adrian Peterson, and that year he was an alien. He was not human at all.
Not human at all.
Came back less than a year from an ACL injury, and just reminded everybody of who he was.
Yeah.
Bruh. But yeah, ever since then, it's been a quarterback award, man, and so it's like it seems like skill position players have to go above and beyond to even get that award. So, just based on narrative, based on how the Ravens finished the regular season, how they went on prime time and dare I even say dismantle the 49ers on TV, and it's kind of got to be Lamar by default on that one, based on how they do it.
Right. And bro,
honestly, for a while I thought it would be between Christian McCaffrey and Tyreek Hill. Just Christian McCaffrey scoring. He was at least scoring a touchdown every week.
Right.
16, 17 games in a row scoring a touchdown was insane. Then you get some games he's scoring 4, 2 touchdowns here, 3 here, 1 there, 2 there, but he giving you
at least 200.
Right, at least 200 all-purpose yards, 100 yards receiving, 80 yards rushing, or 120 rushing and 80 receiving, 60 receiving.
Right.
And this every week. This ain't like y'all been stating. This every week. He probably the most consistent player in the NFL right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even when they lose, he might be the only one that had a touchdown.
Yep.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, but like we all know, like y'all stated, it's a quarterback-driven league, and rightfully so. I mean, Lamar, they finished up strong, and they looking like the most dominant team in the league right now between them and the 49ers. And I mean, for like y'all stated, for them to dominate the 49ers, it made a statement. It made a statement to the NFL that we here, and we here to do some magnificent things this year. We just ain't trying to come to the playoffs. We trying to get that bowl. And I know that's what Lamar been talking about all year. He said he ain't worried about the MVP.
He need. That's the one thing he need is that bowl,
Yeah, that's all they've been talking about, and rightfully so. Like he been balling. So I like Jamar stated. I think by default Lamar probably gonna get a second MVP. And I don't feel away. I'm not mad about that, but sometimes I do think it's unfair to the skill position player because Adrian Peterson had to rush for 2,000 yards, just to win it. That's insane. Granted, I mean, he had a great season. Like he deserved it. I feel like anybody who rushed for 2,000 yards or get 1,000 yards receiving and 1,000 yards rushing like Christian McCaffrey did, years ago, or a receiver like Tyreek Hill get 1,900 yards receiving or 20 touchdowns or 18. I just felt like they should be considered. I even go on the defensive side. Trayvon Diggs had 10 interceptions last year, or Deron Bland, he got 5 pick sixes. Like that's insane, bro. I don't think we'll see that for a long time. We done seen some great defenders. Or Aaron Donald had 20-some sacks as a defensive tackle a couple years ago. Like that's insane. I don't think we're gonna see them type of seasons out of these guys. I think everybody should be considered to be an MVP. But it's a quarterback-driven league. They make the most money. That's just the NFL. So I think it's gonna be Lamar. I mean I think he deserves it. So I wouldn't be mad at Lamar getting it.
Right. But let me ask you.
I do think Christian McCaffrey or Tyreek Hill gonna win Offensive Player of the Year though.
Right. And so, but it sounds like it's a consensus, fellas, that really the MVP should be CMC. It should be. But since we have a quarterback-driven league and we know how it goes every season, the quarterback's the most highest paid position, it will go to Lamar Jackson just because he had a decent season and they had the best record, etc. Home field in the AFC. And so it will be Lamar, but it should be a guy like CMC based off of what he's done the entire season. And so, yeah, Totally understand, fellas. He's had a great year, man, and we been watching this guy just every year. And the key word is consistent. With CMC, there's consistency. Some people might even argue, Jacques, that with Lamar, he's a beneficiary of a great defense too.
Oh.
So, the great defense basically got him an MVP award. Some people saying, and so yeah. All right, and so fellas, let's not progress. We have a situation that's happening with Chicago Bears. We got a quarterback dilemma. And in NFL draft 2024, we got the first round pick. And so, Jacques, we want to know, in your opinion, what should the Bears do? And if you think we also want to know if you think the Bears should keep Justin Fields. And if you don't believe that they should keep Justin Fields and they should draft Caleb Williams, just give us your reason why. And so, what is your opinion and your stance on this? Because right now, we got a city that's divided.
Man, so I done had a few conversations. I've been looking in. I've been reading the analysts, watching shows, all type of stuff, and I see both sides of the story. I personally feel like we should keep Justin Fields. He's a once in a lifetime talent. My kitty cat hungry, so they want to go outside. But
definitely,
I feel like we should keep him. He's a once in a generation talent. As long as we get him protection or whatever, he can stay in the pocket. But I feel like the coaching staff this year and last year, they wouldn't let him be himself. They were steady trying to convince him to be this pocket quarterback when we have one of the worst offensive lines in the world. But I also see the other half.
He said, "In the world, in the world,
the world." It's some high school and college offensive line that's better than the Chicago Bears right now. But I also see the other half. If we get rid of Justin Fields, we don't have to pay him a buttload of money. You know what I'm saying? Get a rookie quarterback on a rookie contract,
right?
And then we'll have more picks in the draft, and it'll come out to where, like, okay, now we will be one of the youngest teams in the NFL because of how we just did this draft class.
Right.
And if they do trade Justin, I feel like we should. I feel like if the trade goes right, the Bears should have at least 12 to 15. Yeah, like at least 10 to 12 picks in this year's draft if they get rid of Justin Fields. But I want them to keep him. I want to keep him. I want Chicago to be like one of the scariest teams. The defense is up and coming. We need another edge rusher. And we get rid of Jackson. I feel like we get rid of our safety Jackson. He getting a little up there in age. And I feel like we found at least one more corner just in case somebody go down. Offense, we need another guard, another tackle, and 2 receivers. 2. I feel like we should go get a veteran receiver, another vet, somebody tall, a high point ball man, somebody in that district. And we keep Mooney and we go get another. And if we do get a receiver in the draft, Marvin Harrison, because he's a possession receiver.
Yeah.
And I like one of them receivers from Washington. They
Yeah. Oyunze, something like that. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
So that's my take for the Bears.
Right. And so, in other words, you're stating that we should keep Justin. And if we keep Justin, correct me if I'm wrong, Jamar, we keep Justin, then from there we have the number 1 pick. Then we'll have the number 4. I mean, the number 4 pick too, right?
No.
Nah.
9.
Okay, just the number 1 pick, right? And so, go ahead, Jamar.
Number 1 and number 9.
Number 1 and number 9. Thanks. And so, with that, we could draft Marvin Harrison Jr. as the number 1 overall pick. Yeah, we could based off of our needs if we were to keep Justin. And so, Yeah, man. Jamar, you guys agree we should keep Justin?
Um,
Your
yeah,
sense is
personally, I like I want the guy here. I do. But to be honest with you, every day that goes by, it's like I'm training myself to, in the event that he is gone, got to get used to this
Man,
new era that's coming in. So I'm mentally getting prepared for that, man, it's honestly it is a crapshoot right now. You don't know, but the fact that they interview Cliff Kingsbury, that lets me know right there that they are definitely doing their due diligence throughout this whole process here. Because I feel like if they hire that man, then pretty much it's a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
If they did decide to do that. So one thing I can say, about Ryan Poles, I mean, I feel like he is doing everything possible to make this team better all the way around. So I can't fault the man for doing his homework and doing what he needs to do. I can't fault him for that. So
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Yeah. And bro, you sticking with your stance? Keep Justin.
Yeah, man, yeah. I mean, everybody know that.
hey,
Okay. I mean, like Jock stated, I get it from the business aspect of it. They draft a young quarterback. You don't have to pay Justin what 48, 50 million a year when technically, he really don't deserve it. But that's the quarterback market. There's a lot of quarterbacks that don't deserve 40 million a year, but they getting it. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Daniel
like,
Jones,
Daniel
I,
Jones,
penthouse from New York City.
Danny
yeah,
Crimes.
yeah. So I mean, yeah, I get it, from that aspect, but you know, I just think we basically gonna draft another Justin Fields, a slower Justin Fields. We gonna draft another one. So I don't like the narrative that's being spewed around him as. And I'm not saying Justin is perfect. I'm not saying he's perfect. He's a growing player. Um, he has a bright future, and I'm not saying he's perfect, but I don't like the narrative that I watching ESPN and all these other shows, and the only thing they want to throw out is, oh, he's 10 and 27 as a starter. Yeah, but that don't tell the whole story. They don't tell that the other day they just put on TV, he the second most sacked quarterback since he's been in the league, or how he hasn't had a roughing the passer penalty all year. That's insane, bro.
for the last 2 years.
We Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's insane. So, he done had three different offensive court what is it, three different or two different offensive coordinators in the last 4 years. Two different head coaches. That I mean, situations play a big part in these young players' development, and I don't think a lot of people really realize that. They want to go back to say, "Oh, well, that's the thing too. Well, if they gonna they missed on Patrick Mahomes, and they're gonna miss on Caleb Williams." And I tell people all the time, like, first of all, when Patrick Mahomes came out, nobody even thought Patrick Mahomes would be what he was.
Nobody knew who.
Everybody just thought he was a Big 12 quarterback with a big arm. Nobody seen what he came. I said he just came into the perfect situation. He came into a
Exactly,
situation
bro.
he didn't have to come in and be the starter. Um, he came into a great situation with a
He
great
came
offensive
there
mind, with a legendary
exactly.
offensive
Andy
minded
Reid.
coach, Andy
Andy
Reid.
Reid.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we can't really compare apples and oranges. We have no offensive line. Our the Chicago Bears still living off of things that happened in the '80s. We've never had a franchise quarterback, or they want to compare him to Jordan Love, and it's like, man, why the Packers can't get it right and we can't get it right? It seems like they finna have another three quarterbacks in a row. They finna have three franchise quarterbacks in a row, and we can't
Crazy.
get it right.
But they
And
division
so
is different though, bro. They
Right, and
they
yeah, and that,
develop
and that, and that, and that's the thing that people,
It's
and
the
that's the thing that
situation.
people miss. We don't know. Chicago has never developed a franchise quarterback, and
have
that's the issue. You know what I'm saying? So I go back to say that every quarterback that we drafted would be a franchise quarterback. No, I'm not saying that, but I will say that can we solely really blame it all on them? because it can't be every quarterback we've come across or every quarterback we draft. It just can't be them. Oh, he not good. So you gonna tell me out of to 15 to 20 quarterbacks we done had, it's just all of them. I can't give all them players that. Now I'm not saying that they all I'm not saying that they all Hall of Famers or they was all the answer. No, I'm not saying that either. But we're not gonna sit here and just blame all of them and just say, oh, he ain't good enough. Get him out of here. Cause look at it. In the last, like I always say, in the last 20 to 30 years, we say the same thing about every Chicago Bears quarterback. The same thing about the offense. When they ain't blocking, the play calling is trash. Or every quarterback. And when the Bears reach they peak every time, it's from the running game and it's from the defense. They win a division, get in the playoffs, lose a game, and then we starting all over again, basically. Get the coach out of here, new offensive coordinator, and it's a recurring cycle. And we win a division every other, 10, 12 years?
Yeah, well, I think
it's just a recurring cycle.
Every 5 years.
5 years. Yeah, we won since that fluke year.
2018, yeah, 2018.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, then they went to the playoffs, 2020?
They went 2 years later. The pandemic,
2020.
We had no business in the playoffs.
And we had no business in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like we really gonna sit.
But we got to the playoffs that year, if you remember, fellas. We was running the ball real good. That kind of made me miss David Montgomery, Jamar. We finished strong that year by running the football. But my point to you, Ian, as well, is it wasn't the quarterback. It wasn't Mitchell. It was Montgomery that got us in the playoffs that year because he was on a streak.
Him and Cohen.
Yeah. So it's like we just got to do better as an organization, and I think Ryan Poles is doing that. But in my personal opinion, I do think they're gonna let the media trick them out of Justin, and they're gonna give away Justin.
I say that white lady and her family need to leave the Bears organization every day.
Yeah, for sure. But she just turned 102 recently, 101.
Yeah,
it seems like she ain't going nowhere,
bro.
For sure. So I just feel like I think they're gonna let the media trick them out of Justin, and I think they're gonna draft Caleb Williams. And like I've been stating all year long, the Bears trade Justin Fields and let Justin Fields go. I'm not watching the Bears ever again.
Man, I'm watching.
I'm standing on it.
We still watching.
Don't go.
We still watching.
And I'm standing on that. I don't care if they win the Super Bowl, man. But I'm standing on that. But in all seriousness, though, I do think, like, to be honest, all of Ryan Poles all his transactions really been kind of a win. Even when we didn't approve of him letting go Roquan Smith. But you put Roquan Smith numbers and TJ Edwards numbers together, they got the same. They got the same exact numbers, and the defense looking a whole lot better. So I wasn't a big fan of TJ Edwards and Tremaine Edmonds, but like toward the middle of the season and toward the end, they've been looking good. Like the whole defense. Like you got Tyreek Stevens, a young corner. He looking good toward the end of the season. I think Kyler Murray is a good nickel cornerback that they picked up. Mm-hmm. Of course DJ Moore. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's made a lot of good decisions around this roster. So they fired Luke Getsy. They needed to do that. So I don't know. We'll see where we go from here.
Right. You about to say something, Jamar?
No, the only thing I was gonna say with that was like the defense looked good, and that's because another great move by Poles was the trade for Montez Sweat. It unlocked everybody. Everybody looked like the best version of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Even Eddie Jackson. Came to play again.
Yeah, he looked completely different, him and Brisker, compared to how they looked at the beginning of the season. Edmonds, like those guys look completely different. Because at the beginning of the season they were getting torched, as we all know. Going up to Kansas City, getting blew out. But as the season waned, man, my only thing was this, and I said this to the fellas last week, Jock, is if Justin would have stayed healthy, the Bears would have been that 7th seed. I think we would have probably not even had to play Green Bay for that last seed because they lost so many close games. So many. And
calling too, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, a lot of that was play calling too, man. But even with that, like we had that backup in for a number of games. And so injuries happen,
I mean, we forget that we lost a game to Denver that Justin basically played a
Denver,
perfect game.
Minnesota, like
That game.
Detroit.
Detroit, the
The
Detroit game, we
Browns
was up
game.
That was
13. We
the
was up
biggest. It
13
wasn't
points.
even Denver for me. It was
Like-
Detroit.
Detroit, like Jock said, the Browns game. I mean, ain't
Yeah.
nobody tell Robin Tunyon to drop that ball. Or
Man,
how about the Buccaneers game when the
Oh.
team looked real garbage at the time, but we still had a chance to win that game. What about that one?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's just a process, and I just hope they stick to the plan, just follow the process. Don't be ready to jump off the bandwagon so quick. And two, from a business aspect, I know Justin is, they came in and inherited Justin Fields. Justin Fields was not their pick. That's not their guy. So, it is what
Man.
it is.
It's a good morning, Xavier. Good morning, bro. Like, it's a very serious situation, man, because the truth is, Jacques, what the Bears do this offseason, bro, going to affect their franchise for the next 10, 15 years.
It's gonna scare me.
Yeah,
Let's go change
For
fans
sure.
everywhere. What you
For
mean?
sure.
This is scary.
Man, it's huge. It is absolutely huge. And so the Bears, man, they got a very serious dilemma here, man. And whatever they decide to do, man, let's just hope it turns out for the best. Jamar, bro, just curious, man. The Bears, they interviewed Cliff Kingsbury for the offensive coordinator position. Just as a football fan and as a Bears fan, what did you think this possibly mean? Being that they, if they were to hire Cliff Kingsbury, he has quite an extensive resume, Jamar, as we know, especially as being an offensive mind. Them interviewing him, what is that possibly saying about the quarterback situation?
That they are doing their due diligence. They are seeing if they was to take Caleb Williams, I guess they would basically put him in a position to succeed in that regard because, he coached him at Oklahoma. He knows him. He's familiar with him. But also they are also doing a background check on Caleb Williams with the interview of this to get to know the man as much as possible. They are doing all of their background checks on this guy. But in the event they do hire Cliff Kingsbury, we should have a go-away celebration party for Justin Fields. We should meet him at the airport because we know he's on his way out of here, more than likely to Atlanta at that point. I don't even want to think about that, but either way. I mean, I cannot imagine them hiring Cliff and keeping Justin. It just don't mesh.
Right.
It don't. Because Cliff's going to come in there like, yeah, Justin cool and all, but I like Caleb. I know what he can do. I coached him. I know what he's like. Let's do that. They're like, okay, well, goodbye, Justin. And that's what's going to happen. So.
Yeah. Chicago, are y'all ready for this? Are y'all ready for this? And so, man, it's going to be an uproar, man. Like, it's going to be like them damn boycotts that be happening downtown. Like, like all the boycotts, folks be angry and stuff, man. The city gonna be in an uproar. Justin leave. It's gonna be crazy out there, man.
People gonna be at Hallis Hall knocking on that door.
Yep. And you know what? It's crazy. I know some people feel like it's divided, but I don't think Chicago is divided. I don't think nobody in Chicago wants Justin Fields to leave. I rarely hear somebody say we don't need Justin Fields. Out of 10 people, it might be 2.
I mean, it's a few because
3 or 4.
It's a few because my cousin, he a QB coach. He the QB coach at Morgan Park.
Oh, okay.
He the QB coach at Morgan Park, and he's like, man. He said all season. He said, what has Justin Fields done on third down? He said, I judge QBs by what they can do on third down. Like, can he make something happen in the moment? You know what I'm saying? Can he step up and make that play? And he was talking to me and he telling me like, man, there's been a lot of moments throughout the season that
I mean, just in his career thus far, bro.
Yeah, that he didn't step up on third down or like at least try to make a play. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying, he's a talented player that he can, you know what I'm saying, run out the pocket and make that first down. So I mean, but if with the interview with Cliffsbury, let's not forget he was down there with Kyler Murray as well.
Yeah.
And he had that offense jumping. So, I mean, I can't count it out all the way that if they do hire him as an OC, I mean, I ain't going to say it's a 100% chance they're going to keep Justin, but I feel like it's at least a 45%. Because Justin, I feel like Justin's best offense is a spread offense, like how he was at Ohio State. And I think he could bring that to the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they would. I think honestly they would shock the world because you know you hear rumors about Caleb Williams not wanting to come here, and you know that's kind of the reason why he kind of declared so late. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so I mean they could shock the world, hire Cliff Kingsbury, and don't draft Caleb Williams. So you know we'll see, but I'm kind of over the suspense. I'm kind of like I just want to jump to April and be like, all right, let's just get it over with, bro.
Like,
Right.
What we doing? What we doing?
Because it's gonna be 3 months of this, man. 3 months.
Yeah, every week, especially after the Super Bowl. After the Super Bowl in a couple
He's
weeks,
gonna really pick up, right?
It's gonna really pick up.
Wait to the combine. That's gonna really jump, and then
And
the
they
pro
pro
days.
day.
Yeah.
But they gotta hire somebody before that though. So
Yeah, for sure.
And
Yeah,
that part would be
already
very
say a lot.
telling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Excellent, fellas. Yeah. And so the suspense, man. And so, fellas, let's move on to our NFL reactions and overreactions, divisional playoff round style. And so, first, fellas, is it an overreaction? We start with you, Jamar. We go with you, and then we'll follow up with you, Jock. Is it an overreaction, fellas, to think that after very bright playoff debuts for NFL quarterbacks Jordan Love and CJ Stroud, that the future for both of these quarterbacks could be very bright and something that we as NFL fans could get used to come January?
It's not an overreaction. It's not. I mean, look what CJ has done with what's on the Texans roster right now. I mean, just top to bottom, like talent wise, they're not as good as a lot of teams, but he is making the most of what they do have. I mean, obviously we know Nico Collins is him. We know Tank Dell is him when he was healthy.
Right. But he's not even playing. Tank Dell, he out, right?
Right. I'm saying when he was healthy.
Mm-hmm.
But when he was healthy, that man was a monster too.
Yeah.
Devin Singletary running like he's still trying to play in his football league. So, I mean, he's motivated. But, outside of that, I mean, you don't really have too many big names. I mean, Stingley and Mario Williams, but there's a ton of cap space. There's a ton of things that they can do to continue to improve this roster. And when you got a quarterback like CJ, I mean, they won a playoff game already. He's pretty much done what Trevor Lawrence has done already in his career. So yeah, there you go. And as far as Jordan, that guy. I can't knock the man for doing what he's doing either. I mean, in a conference itself where there's not elite quarterbacks as well. I mean, there's not really. You can't even name 3 elite quarterbacks in the NFC right now. So with that being said, yeah, there's they could be around again for a while. So there you go.
Right. Man. Bears. Come on, man, because you're gonna probably have to deal with Jordan Love as the years come by. Bro, is it an overreaction to think that after very bright playoff debuts for Jordan Love and CJ Stroud, that the future for both of these quarterbacks can be very bright and something that we as NFLs can be used to come January? It's a tough question because Jordan Love, man, is in our division. You feel me? Like,
yeah. No, it's not an overreaction. I ain't gonna lie. In the beginning of the season, I thought Jordan Love was a fraud. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, man, he just won because the Bears we just the Bears. We just look to lose to the Packers. But as the season went on,
he's like, look to lose.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I said find any possible way to lose this game.
All right, you feel me? It's just like
that's fucked up.
Yeah. But after that, and kind of watching him, he kind of had his troubles here and there. Like every other quarterback. But as the season went on and. I think he balled out on what was that? He balled out. What was that Thanksgiving?
Oh yeah.
He balled out on Thanksgiving.
That's Detroit.
Toward the end of the season, man, he been looking like I stated. It's been looking like they got another franchise quarterback, 3 quarterbacks in a row, and that don't come around a lot. And that's what he looking like right now. last week. You know, he put a hurting on the Cowgirls.
Cowgirls, them cowgirls.
Put a hurting on them, man. You know, CJ, man, he show up in them big moments. Like, and this is even for me being an Ohio
That ain't
State
no
fan.
rookie,
Like,
man. That ain't no damn
yeah,
rookie right
like
there.
so I'm not gonna lie to you. I believe in CJ. I think CJ is nice. And you know, at first, like even when he first like started at Ohio State, it was like, you know, I don't know about the Stroud kid. I know he got talent and all that, but you know, it seemed like every time he just take it to another level. He just kind of proved me wrong. Like, you know, I don't think nobody's seen it, but I didn't really see him coming in and doing what he doing. But, you
No,
know, I seen him talking the other day, you know, in any big games he's played in, you know, besides the Michigan game, any big game he's played in, he's balled. Like you look at,
He's put up. I mean, Ian, can I help you
like,
really
you look
quick, bro?
at, go
Can I,
ahead.
and I love you. It was 2 years ago, fellas. This was prior to the year where they went to the CFP and they should have beat, Georgia, right?
Georgia, yeah,
You know,
yeah, in the
Georgia
Rose Bowl,
pull out TCU. But it was the year before, bro, in that bowl game.
the
He was
Rose
in a
Bowl.
shootout with somebody. I'm
It was
like,
Utah.
every time he get the ball, like
Yeah.
taking it
It
right
was,
down the field.
yeah, it was Utah, and you know, and it's
Okay, Utah.
crazy, and it was crazy who coming out party that was Marvin Harrison Jr. He had 3 touchdowns that game.
So
Mm,
So all right, so
mm.
he throws 6 touchdowns, and you know he go down and beat Utah. Then even them going to the playoff against Georgia. I was like, man, we just lost to Michigan. I'm like, I don't know how they gonna play against Georgia, but that Georgia
They
game
cannot
showed
stop
me
him, Georgia.
like
Georgia cannot stop the
when them
CJ. They ain't stop
when them
CJ.
when them lights on and he locked in, CJ gonna show up. And you seen it last week. You know, you seen it not even last week. You seen it the
Week
week before against the
18,
Colts.
bro. The
Yeah,
first
you know, the
play.
first play of the game. I'm like, damn, CJ coming out like that. So,
man.
you know, when them lights on, CJ gonna come and play. So, man, they just struck gold in Houston. You know, he stay healthy and
Everybody
long as them
striking damn goal
yeah.
besides us. Huh?
long as they stay healthy, man, it's a bright future for both of them, man. And it's kind of it's even tough for me saying this because Jordan Love a Packer, but it's kind of beautiful seeing them dudes strive. You know what I'm saying? So it's a definitely bright future for both of them for real.
You said it, not me.
Man, I might have to jump off the bed. I might have to jump off the bed. I might got to jump off the bed, man. Wait, let my boy go, man.
Man, bro.
Huh?
Hey,
Oh, cut his
right.
camera off.
It just depends, and what they do in the offseason, right? It
Cut his
depends
camera
what happened
off.
this offseason.
I ain't saying it's gonna be the Packers, but man, bro.
Oh, okay. I'm sure
Man,
like, hey, you gonna have to edit the video, man. He flipped sides on national. What you mean?
hey, bro, we putting this out here, Jacques. And so, man, bro, do you agree, man? Is this something we can get used to with both of these, quarterbacks? Jordan Love, CJ Stroud. Is this something we can get used to come January? Now, they both in tough divisions, but at the same time, this is a quarterback-driven league, and, man, these dudes, man, they tough. They nice, both of them. So, what's your thoughts, bro?
No, they proven. They proven that they belong here. CJ Stroud.
That
All
boy
season,
CJ Stroud, man.
CJ Stroud has been the most precision passer all season.
And
All
that's
season,
among all quarterbacks, you saying?
all quarterbacks.
Damn.
He led the league as a rookie.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's facts.
Most precision quarterback. And all he needed is a little bit of help. He had a few injuries. Tank Dell, not Antonio Pierce, Pierce, the running back from Florida.
Yeah.
I feel like if he wasn't injured, he would have made a bigger difference as well. Like they got some pieces. All they have to do is keep adding on. The defense is young. They hungry. You know what I'm saying? They keep building that. People gonna have to fit them. Like for
I'm
real.
telling you. Jack, let me ask you this, bro. And right. Exactly. Okay. But Xavier, bro, good morning. Good morning, Xavier. Imagine Xavier. If that kid go up to Baltimore today. Now we remember that. We remember what Dak Prescott did, right? And he was balling out. He balled out pretty decently against Aaron Rodgers. He just lost to an all-time great quarterback. But imagine if this kid CJ Stroud as a rookie mess around, go to the AFC Championship with a rookie head coach, with a team that was not viewed as having no expectations of rebuild.
Hey, all I
Man,
can say
please.
is, listen, they only lost by like what 11 to 12 the first meeting this
Mm-hmm.
season without CJ Stroud.
Mm-hmm.
Without CJ Stroud.
Yep.
Mm, mm,
That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna
right,
say.
And to piggyback off of that, the Texans and I think the Texans and it's crazy that we talking about these two quarterbacks. The Texans and the Packers in the playoffs, they don't have no expectation. Nobody expected
oh,
neither one of them to be here. So they
nobody
playing
expecting to
free.
win. They probably either.
They playing free, and it's either it's just a win or lose. So them the two scariest teams to play right now.
Man,
House money.
house
House,
money for sure. Like this is man.
right,
I think
man.
I think CJ Stroud gonna be one of the youngest QBs to go to an AFC championship game since that trash man Mark Sanchez on bro.
But he went there strictly off of a
Off
great
defense.
all-time
Right.
defense,
Oh yeah, off defense. Yep. Yeah.
running the ball with
Managing the
remember
game.
remember that little short Ira court running back y'all Sean Green, little
Oh
bowling
Sean
yeah.
ball.
Green. Yeah. Sean Green was
Yeah,
nice.
man. That's how they went to the AFC championship. This just CJ. This just CJ. Like if they had another quarterback, the Texans would be trash.
Man.
Anywho, man, it's crazy. You don't see this stuff happen every day. Anywho, Jamar, next, fellas. After a quick playoff exit from the NFL playoffs to losing 6 of its final 7 games, that the Philadelphia Eagles should consider parting ways with NFL head coach Nick Sirianni, or is there enough blame to go around for this team? Or again, fellas, does this go back to coaching? So is it an overreaction to think, Jamar, that had his team finish Philadelphia, that the team should consider parting ways with head coach Nick Sirianni, or is there just enough blame to go around for this team with
No,
injuries?
no, no, no. It's not overreaction at all. They should
Wow.
definitely consider it. Let's keep it frank. This team was what 10-1,
Yeah, that's 10-1.
10-1, and then all of a sudden it's a free fall. We losing to teams like the Arizona Cardinals. We losing to teams like the New York Giants. You got embarrassed against the Buccaneers in the
Right.
playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And all this falls under your watch. Like this team just went to the Super Bowl. And look, I get it. Like they had a lot of turnover, right, from last year to this year with far as players, like this and that, and coaches, coordinators, both coordinators gone.
Right.
But you still got your foundation. You actually drafted well. We actually commended the Eagles for how they drafted last year and how they actually replaced those players. We commended that. And the fact that you started off 10-1, that lets me know that even though that you were still trying to figure it out, you were still able to win 10 out of your first 11 games.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, you just had this free fall. You appointed Matt Patricia as your defense. Why? I don't even know why Matt Patricia is even on your coaching staff to begin
I'm
with.
telling you,
But you gave him
why
some type
do
of
they
leadership
believe in
load.
Matt Patricia? Like,
And this is an organization that has gotten rid of Super Bowl winning coaches when things have went south. You got rid of Doug Peterson for Sirianni. I mean, and then at one point, even though Andy Reid didn't win with you, but he was probably your best coach in your franchise history, and you decided to part ways with him because you felt like it ran its course. So
right.
What has Sirianni really done for you lately? This is what have you done for me lately league.
Oh man, deep.
They just went to the Super Bowl.
Preach, Jamar, preach. Them viewers are running up when you talk. Preach. Go ahead.
So yeah, at the end of the day, it should be considered. And I would not be surprised if he was let go, because this is one of those off seasons where you have plenty of options to choose from. You got a 6-time Super Bowl champion coach out there.
Right. He's still technically available, y'all. Now, we stated that Jock is single to mingle, ladies, but Bill Belichick is still available technically because he ain't Atlanta's head coach yet, Ian. And so, yes. What's good, bro? What's good? I mean, who is
that? Get that though? It's up.
That's a female. Okay, how you doing? And so, Ian, bro, is it an overreaction to think that with this trajectory that happened with Nick Sirianni, I know he led him to the Super Bowl last year. So, is there just blame because of the injuries? You know what I'm saying? Matt Patricia being your defensive coordinator, could you say you knew that wasn't going to turn out well?
Heck no.
Like, or is it just Nick Sirianni? Like, this, where the blame go here, man? Is it Nick Sirianni? Or is it just the situations all around?
I mean, it go around. It go to me honestly. It go around to everybody. It
Okay.
go around to the first of all. It go around to the players. It go
Right.
around to the coaching staff, and
Mhm.
I just feel like it's the coaching staff and the players, and I feel like something is going on in that locker room that we don't know about because to fall from grace from 10-1 to you know what they finished 11-6, 11-5,
11
11-6,
and yeah, they finished 11 and 6,
eleven and
and then
six.
11 and
Yeah,
7.
that's yeah, right. So they basically they basically won all them games to play one more week and just to lose. You know what I'm saying? So I mean that's crazy to me. With that star-studded team, and I know they had a couple injuries here and there, but I just think it's something going on in that locker room. I don't know if it's got to do with AJ Brown crying about. I don't know what he crying about. He top three in the league in receiving. Like you got 100 catches and 1,400 yards, and
Grown
I don't know.
man,
He
just a
probably
grown man,
like
ain't he?
yeah. So
He crying. Oh,
yeah, yeah. So I mean, I don't know if Jalen Hurts done lost the locker room or they got something going on in the locker room. What it is, I don't know, but it's something going on in the locker room.
It's
But
gonna come out soon. It's gonna come out soon. It's the off season. And so like you were stating,
yeah,
bro. Once
to me,
I
once the
think
season's over with, a lot of those laundries gonna start being cleaned out. That makes sense.
yeah. So
to
I
me, it
think
already came out.
I think Nick Sirianni. I don't think they should go a different route. I mean, let's be real. I mean, so he just went to the Super Bowl last year. He lost the Super Bowl on a pass interference call. You know what I'm saying? Then they start off 10-1. Normally when a team go to the Super Bowl, they come back the next year and just be trash, or
Mhm.
it'd be almost like what happened. They
Right.
go to the I mean they still went to the playoffs. Granted, they've been playing like crap for the last 3 months, but I mean I don't think you abandon the ship just like that. Now they do need to let go Bradbury. Bradbury is his tenure in Philly is just
The
that's how
whole
they lost.
DB's got to
Thank you
go.
for talking about
Yeah,
that secondary end, because that's been
yeah,
their problem. And thanks for pointing
yeah,
that out, Jamar. You pointed that out last Saturday, which is the reason why you went with Tampa, because they secondary has been trash, yeah. It's terrible.
yeah,
And
and
linebackers.
they
And
yeah,
linebackers.
Mm,
yeah. So
Oh, they
I
missed
mean,
T.J. Edwards.
Man.
low key, but
right.
that's another story.
Thank
But
you. Thank you, Philly.
but I just think it just comes down to the players. Like even watching the game Monday night, like they didn't tackle well. They was letting
Oh,
dudes
thank you for that end.
they was they was letting dudes the size of my daughter break tackles. I'm like, bro,
Yeah,
in open field. I'm like, come
That's
on,
facts,
dog.
though.
Nah, man.
for
Dude,
real.
So
even
it's
Ray Lewis was talking about it in that game
yeah.
while he was watching with the Mannings, bro. He was so mad.
No
Yeah,
effort.
so
No
yeah,
effort.
right, yeah, no effort. So that just come down, the coaches can only coach you. That just come down to effort and your ability wanting to play and y'all playing together and being cohesive together. So, that's just they just gotta play. They just gotta play better, man. They got the talent. They need to probably just kind of redo the linebacking room and kind of do that secondary over, but they'll be all
Find
right, man.
somebody
They just
also into Jason. He retiring. Remember?
Oh yeah, yeah.
At
That's
center,
that's
he
a big that's
retiring.
a big loss as far as his play, but really with his leadership, that's a big
Right.
loss for them. So I mean, I think they're gonna be all right, man. The Cowboys ain't gonna win nothing no time soon, so they're gonna be all right. The
So you
Redskins
saying that Peter
rebuilding.
McCarthy wasn't a good move?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. That's a whole nother issue, but I don't even think it's McCarthy. That's a whole nother issue, but
Okay, okay.
I just the Reds. Well, not the Redskins. The Commanders. They rebuilding, so they still
I
look
need
for a
to change
quarterback.
too.
And the Giants, they still rebuilding, and they gonna end up losing Saquon Barkley sooner or later. So
Hopefully they
Good
get
riddance.
they,
Get him out of
yeah,
there. He don't
they,
deserve to be there no more.
yeah, they'll be
right.
all right,
In
man. They just
Chicago,
they just got to get it
Saquon. That
together.
ain't no
They
money.
just, they just got to look in the mirror and they just got to get it together. They'll be all right.
We should have been picked up Saquon, man.
I'm telling you, man. I'm thirsty to have Saquon.
Bro,
Boy,
I wish
imagine him playing with the Bears. Woo.
Bro, I wish
I give up
Saquon had some shoes. I
Bro,
wish Saquon had some shoes so I can do the Scottie Pippen when he's on the bench, just pointing to the back of the shoe, the Jordan logo, telling him to come here. Wish I could do that right now.
You funny.
man.
Bro.
Saquon
Yeah.
for Justin Fields.
Man.
Woo, that's tough,
That's
man.
tough. That's tough, ain't it? Woo,
Because
that's
I
tough.
like to, I mean, damn it, with all
I'd rather
those
keep
picks
them
we
both.
got, like you just stated, with all those picks we gonna have, Jock.
Yeah.
If we
We
trade
gonna have the
him,
money. We still got the money too, though.
Ooh, we can build.
Yeah, we still got the money.
Right.
But they not gonna come off. They not gonna come off with Daniel Jones yet. So
right. We don't nobody don't want Daniel Jones. We just
nobody
think
want him.
Right.
No, but I'm just saying.
Nobody don't want no Danny Crimes.
But I'm just saying as far as on the business side, as far as because they just paid him and then they had to turn back around and pay Justin.
But it's like, but even like besides them, like that trade scenario, I mean, I don't think it's out the realm of possibility. They them drafting the quarterback. I think that's still legitimate.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely,
for sure.
absolutely. Yeah. Yep. Get a quarterback. Another round later or something like that. And so,
but wait,
could probably get the kid Drake Mayo. I mean, if they do that, and I'm with you. I won't watch the Bears until week 3. Like week 3 or something. And so
and man, they gotta leave them North Carolina quarterbacks alone, man.
I'm telling you, right? Like, hell yeah, we should have learned from Mitch Trubisky. And so Jock, bro. We talking about Nick Sirianni in Philly. Is it enough blame to go around for this team, or was it more so Nick Sirianni?
It's a team blame, man. It's a team. Everybody got to stand up for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Because everybody on the team, you can't just point to one person because everybody not doing their job. Like we just talked about this playoff game that they just lost to the Bucks. No effort. Everybody looked like they didn't even want to beat up.
Right.
AJ Brown faked the injury because he didn't even want to beat up.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like the energy
that's real.
of the team, man. Like so it's a whole house call,
Right.
And it's not to jump on the Eagles or nothing like that. Ever since the loss to the 49ers, and they got that.
You seem like they got their ego hurt. You saying they got their ego took from them. Like they got their manhood took from them.
Yep. They was on top of the world. And they like, man, we beat your ass because you ain't had no quarterback. Now you got a quarterback. You think you gonna do something? Nah, it's an eye opener. The 49ers open a whole DB package. Like they trash.
That's facts.
Right.
They look like that Mr. Krabs meme, bro.
Man, exposed. In other words.
Man, and then where the Eagles went wrong is you got rid of your best defensive tackle, and he went to sign with the 49ers. And
Okay.
And that young D tackle, he too young. All they got to do is double team him, and we could pull on any other guard. I mean, any other end, and we could go straight through that.
Talk that football, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's a whole house call. I ain't gonna say they should leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just need to get their shit together. Everybody needs to come together. We need to have a conversation. Like, I played like shit, you played like shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's to blame.
Right. That's how you fix stuff. When you come together and you just say, I did this wrong, you did that wrong. And from there, you know what I'm saying? Right. I feel you, bro. And so, man, fantastic, man. That's fantastic. And so, fellas, let's progress now. So, Jamar, bro, is it an overreaction to think that after receiving 2 interviews from the Atlanta Falcons, that this is a great sign that Bill Belichick will soon become the next head coach for the Atlanta Falcons? And just curious also, Jamar, could this have played a role in the Dallas Cowboys bringing back Mike McCarthy so quickly? Because there is a network out there that, we might not know, but these people know each other. You know what I'm saying? Could have been some information passed around. Bill, he likely going to Atlanta. So, Jerry Jones, okay, yeah, we're going to keep, So,
possibly.
Yeah. So, just what's your thoughts on this, bro?
Yeah, I don't think it's an overreaction. I mean, if anything, needless to say, I give credit to the Falcons organization. I mean, it seemed like it's going to be between Bill and Harbaugh at this point for that one, because I think Harbaugh's coming back with a second interview as well. Yep. So at least that lets me know that, for one, they are serious about winning and changing the culture, and 2, they're serious about getting the quarterback position right as well, especially if you bring in Harbaugh. Yeah, at that point, they really trying to transform that offense into something else, because for whatever reason, Arthur Smith was like the analogy I said a few weeks ago. You got imagine having the let's say imagine having LeBron, D Wade, and Chris Bosh, and you running your offense through Mario Chalmers and Joel Anthony. That's exactly what they were doing. So not using your superstars like you should. So yeah, I don't think it's overreaction at all. The only thing I do question, Bill Belichick becomes head coach. Does that mean Josh McDaniels becomes your offensive coordinator? If that's the case, like are we on the hamster wheel again? Like, what are we doing with that one? So,
right. Yeah. And so, bro, is it an overreaction to think that after his 2 interviews from the Atlanta Falcons, that this is a great sign that Bill Belichick will soon become the next head coach for the Atlanta Falcons? And could this have played a role in the Dallas Cowboys bringing back Mike McCarthy so quickly?
No, it's not an overreaction. Me personally, I've been like trying to picture him on the sideline in some Atlanta Falcons gear. Like I can't
Yeah, I know it's crazy, right?
really see it.
Like,
But to be honest, I mean, he didn't got interviewed twice, so this might become a real thing. So my thing is, if they hire him, who are they going to go get at quarterback? Are they going to try to come and get Justin Fields? Are they going to go take
right.
Russell Wilson? Are they just going to try to trade up and try to get Caleb Williams? So
Right.
I think that's going to be a real thing, though.
Yeah. Very interesting, man. Yeah, Jock, bro. And so, is it a no reaction to think that after receiving 2 interviews from the Atlanta Falcons, that this is a great sign that Bill Belichick will soon become the next head coach for the Falcons? And could this have possibly played a role in the Cowboys bringing back Mike McCarthy so quickly?
Well, I believe I'm gonna piggyback off, bro. I think John Harbaugh should go to the Chargers with my boy Justin. But I believe Bill Belichick is going to be the new Atlanta Falcons head coach. He got a young defense, and I feel like he could mastermind that.
They held them down the entire year. It was the defense,
right? So that's something he could work with. He's a mastermind at defense. He did a lot. I mean, he was one of the first coaches to be with
Talking about you talking about in regards to what the recent quarterback there, Mac Jones, or
he was
Cleveland.
He was coaching like around Lawrence Taylor, like Bill Belichick.
Oh yeah.
He was with Bill Wright, exactly.
Yeah,
he's from the Parcells.
Defensive coordinator.
So he got a young little nice defense in Atlanta. I feel like he could, spoof them right up with a couple more pieces. And if they do, God forbid, but if they do, come get Justin Fields. I mean, you gotta.
That's a scary sight.
It's scary over there, man. You go have one of the top rushing and passing teams in the NFL. You got Bijan Robinson. You got Justin Fields. You got Drake London, Cal Pitts. All they need is another receiver.
Yep.
But that's if they.
And you on turf too. Don't forget that. That's a big advantage.
Man,
Justin probably can fly on some damn turf.
he fly anything.
Right. So imagine him on some turf.
Yeah.
But if they don't get Justin Fields, I feel like they trade up and they get Michael Penix Jr. from Washington. And if he fits
that'd be nice too. Yeah, that'd be nice too.
He fits the mold of what they're trying to bring to Atlanta. He'll be an older rookie coming in.
Yep.
He's very poised. He's a lefty. He's very accurate as well.
Yeah, so, Michigan put them clamps on him. That defense was tough.
Man, but I mean, he'll be, he'll be in the NFL, very older lineman, college you still, working out some kinks, it'll be a different field. And
right.
I feel like just for him being an older rookie coming into the NFL will give him a bigger advantage. And I feel like
sure. Yeah.
So I feel like that's the only way I could see, it happening. That's if they don't get Justin Fields.
Right. Yeah. Yep. And so, appreciate that. And so, yes, next, fellas, there's no reaction to think that after last week's performance versus the Houston Texans, that Joe Flacco should perhaps return back to the couch, or should the Cleveland Browns at least ask Joe Flacco, would you perhaps be interested and coming back next season in a backup role to a lately injured, very well massaged and hobbled Deshaun Watson.
That's sick, man.
Oh,
Come
on,
man,
bro. Come on,
I'm glad you didn't say like KY either with that. But anyway, no, I mean, yeah, did Flacco have a horrible, playoff game? Yeah, he did. He did have that gunslinger mentality. You take the pros with the cons, but I mean, I feel like he's still worth, keeping around if he wants to stay around. I mean, without him, I don't think they would have made the playoffs, honestly, because any other quarterback they played was not getting the job done. They was going to limp to the finish line. At least before that playoff game, it looked like they had an outside chance of doing something. But no, I think it's still worth him sticking around if he wants to stick around, in my opinion.
Right. And so, and in other words, bro, do you think Joe Flacco should return to the couch, or do you think Cleveland should at least ask Joe, hey, would you consider coming back in a backup role, because we do have a very hobbled, very well massaged, injury-prone Deshaun Watson?
Hey, you killing me with the massage.
Well massaged on top of that.
I think
massages, bro.
I think they should approach him about coming back to be a backup. I mean, he had a couple good throws here and there, but he was turning that thing over though, for sure. He was turning that thing over. But to be honest though, he held it down. He got them to the playoffs. I mean, what more can you really ask for somebody literally coming off the couch and just putting him on the scene? And he come from one Sunday, he watching the game like us, to next week he in the stadium playing. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I think they should approach him about coming back to be the backup for sure.
Yeah. Jock, bro, your thoughts, man. Should Joe return to the couch, or should he, perhaps be approached by the Browns, or through the Browns organization, and say, hey, Joe, are you willing to come back at a backup role?
I mean, depending on how his body feel. I mean, if you want to return to the couch because of them hits, I feel like it. But no, overall he did decent. He had a couple, at least 300-yard games.
Yeah.
I mean, for a backup role, so that until they could get that young QB, you know what I'm saying, some more reps to get him more poise, I feel like they should pay him for the backup role. It's only right. He helped y'all get to where y'all had to be.
Right.
And the past take for the McCarthy thing about him, Bill going to Dallas, I was gonna chime in on that. I forgot, but I think Bill got beef with Jerry, so that'll never work.
Yeah, got something there, because everybody was mentioning Dallas, right? Dallas, and people were angry. Right? People were angry that Dallas brung McCarthy in so fast when you had Bill on the market. But I was kind of questioning that too, Jock. Honestly, I'm like, Jerry seems kind of stubborn. Bill seems kind of stubborn. Could they both, being around the same age, have bumped paths in the past and maybe disagreed on some stuff?
Yeah, but I really so believe that is Jerry will want to run the team, and he wouldn't let Bill run the team. Have Bill want to run the team,
and that's their problem. And that's their problem.
Because the last person to run the Dallas Cowboys was Jimmy Johnson, and that was the last person who let Jerry Jones let somebody do whatever they wanted, and that was the last time they won a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Interesting.
And if he would have let Bill did that, you never know. Bill probably would have, man, with the defense that they have. Come on, man. Hey.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That would have been sick.
Right.
I think Bill would have figured it out.
Yeah. Yep. And so, yes, lastly, fellas, Jamar, bro, is it an overreaction that after bringing back Mike McCarthy as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys next season, that owner Jerry Jones, even after stating that he is getting older, and his time as this team owner is running out, that he clearly doesn't care about a Super Bowl championship, but rather more about revenue, marketing, and false advertisement.
And I guess perfect segue from what he just said. It's like I feel like that Dallas Cowboys are not going to win another Super Bowl as long as Jerry Jones is running the team, doing whatever he wants to do, playing GM and owner. It's like Jerry, you've been doing this for over a quarter century now. Like, it's not working, bro. Like, put your ego aside. Unless you just been doing it for your own pleasure and you having fun with it, which is fine because you own the team, do what you want to do. But at the same time, just don't expect results like you wanted to, because apparently what you're doing is not working. Like you said, Jimmy Johnson, the last one to really like have that control and know what he was doing and got the job done. And it took you forever and a day to get Jimmy Johnson to the Ring of Honor for your team, and I'm pretty sure you didn't even really want to do that. So,
yes, sir.
So yeah, put the Eagles aside, bro. Otherwise, I mean, it is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna take them seriously. Like, I think after this time around, the way they just like not only you lose, but how you lost. And when we had Rick on last week, I told her like, man, your team better not lose. McCarthy better not lose to the Green Bay Packers. Like, and it's just how they lost on top of them losing. You cannot take them seriously at all. It's like pretty much like watching the Indianapolis Colts back in the day before they won a Super Bowl. They have great regular season, get to the playoffs, and just can't get nothing done. It's like that. But the difference is like that was Peyton Manning and this is Dak Prescott. So like until something else happens in the organization that runs it, that's a wrap.
Yeah. And bro, is there no reaction to think that after back Mike McCarthy as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys for next season, that Jerry Jones, even after stating he is getting older and his time as this team owner is running out, that he clearly doesn't care about a Super Bowl championship, but rather more about the team's revenue, its marketing, and the advertising?
I've been saying this. I mean, Jamar and Jock basically said, I've been saying this for, I'm not even finna go on a long rant. I've been saying this for like 10, 13, 14 years. I can pull up a status from me saying from like 09 to 2010. The Cowboys will never win a Super Bowl with Jerry Jones as their owner. And I'm sticking to it.
Ian said, check his receipts on his Facebook memory, bro.
Oh, bro.
Wow, man. And Jock, bro.
I don't care who the coach is. I don't care who the coach is. I don't care who the quarterback is. Running back, same results. And we see it every year.
Wow.
Drops the mic.
Hey,
man.
The piece has been spoken, bro.
Cancun.
For sure.
Well, no, fellas, if we speaking of Cancun, let's not get to these NFL division picks. So we got 4 huge games taking place this weekend. Championship weekend is on the line. And serious, fellas, can you guys see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah. All right, yeah. And so, with that being said, we start with you, Jamar. Go with you, Ian. Then we follow up with you, Jock. Baltimore Ravens versus Houston Texans this afternoon, Jamar. Who you got?
Every week that I watch CJ Stroud, it makes it harder and harder and harder for me to pick against him.
Yes,
I know I picked against him last week, and my gosh, yeah, he made me look real foolish by the middle of the second quarter. So I'm like, all right. But I know the Baltimore Ravens are a different animal. This one's, man. I'll say this. I know for legacy's sake, Lamar Jackson and the Ravens better not lose this game.
Right.
I kid you not. They better not lose this game. They better not. I'm gonna take the Ravens on that faith alone. I do not have the warm and fuzzies, as I like to say. I do not have them at all. But I'm taking the Ravens. They should be a better team and they should win this game.
Right. And bro.
And like, man, Jamar kind of like took my whole train of thought. Like every week we see him play, it's like, man, bro.
It's
And he got to
amazing.
play Lamar this week. Like it's like, man, it's tough to go away from him. It's like, man, 'cause like I stated earlier, they playing free. They don't have nothing to lose. Nobody expected the Texans to win a division or be in the playoffs, especially in the divisional round. So it's like, man, that's the most scariest team you want to play in the playoffs. A team that's playing free. They don't have nothing to lose. They lose today, everybody ain't gonna really care if they lose. If they win, man, it's like, bro. So
Right.
I'm gonna go with this one. Bet money. I'm gonna go with Baltimore. I'm gonna go with Baltimore. But if Houston come and shock the world today, I would not be surprised.
Hey, what's the spread on this game? I need to check that real quick.
A 9-point
I'm,
spread, I believe.
I say the Texans cover.
man,
Mm.
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Baltimore. Like Jamal stated, man, this Lamar gotta go. He gotta go get it. He gotta go get it today.
Mm. Yeah. And if Lamar win, this will be his first time in the championship game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finally, he begin, getting over his past woes. And so, Jock, who you got, bro? The Ravens or the Texans?
For Lamar's sake, as everyone stated, they need to win this game. They need
Absolutely.
to win the game. But man, I can't look past it, bro. So I'm
Right.
going with Houston. I'm gonna go with Houston, man.
Oh, okay. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go with Houston. Like I stated earlier, they only lost by 11-12 with a backup at
Yeah, that's
QB.
true.
Yeah.
And now you got to prepare for a whole different person. I'm not saying you can't prepare for this man, but CJ ain't got nothing to lose. He's if you know what I'm saying, he's not scared of pressure. You know what I'm saying? He's not scared of, you know what I'm saying, taking a hit either. So he's all game. And I feel like as a rookie quarterback, you know what I'm saying, and he already turning heads, I feel like, he ain't got nothing to lose. I feel like he go over the top and he shocked the world for sure.
Definitely. And so for me, I'm gonna go with the Ravens, and here's why. I've been stating for a while that he's finally gonna look like a rookie. Finally look like a rookie. If there's one team that can make him look like a rookie, it has to be the Ravens. If they win this game today, Houston could very well go to the Super Bowl, because I don't see how they can't beat Buffalo or Kansas City if they beat Baltimore. It's cold as hell in Baltimore. That should be an advantage for Baltimore. Now, if you got a rookie quarterback that come in and lights you up in the freezing cold, huge pressure. I mean, the respect and the kudos that the world will have for this kid after this game. If he go in Baltimore and do this today, it's just gonna be off the charts, man. And people would have to really begin to take this team serious as a Super Bowl contender for years to come. They go into Baltimore and they beat Baltimore today. Put that out there right now. And so I'm gonna go with Baltimore because of the Roquan Smiths, because of the great linebackers they got. Lamar Jackson being able to control the ball and control the clock with his legs. The one thing I just want to point out, fellas, Baltimore, catch the football. Catch the football. If you don't catch the football, you might lose the game.
Man.
And so we talk about woes that's been, we all know, fellas, as sports fans, Baltimore's biggest woe for years has been dropping the football. We were saying for a number of weeks,
James
John,
too.
that if Baltimore caught the ball, they'd be undefeated if they caught the ball. You know what I'm saying? And so Baltimore, catch the football. If you don't catch the football, you leave things very wide open here. And so catch the football. I'll leave you with that. But I'm going to go with Baltimore because of those elements, in Baltimore, that polar vortex and all that stuff. On the other hand, Jamar, bro, San Francisco, Green Bay. Green Bay got a polar vortex, but guess what? They ain't playing in Green Bay. They're in San Francisco. And so, who you got for this one, bro?
Man, I got my Birdman's hands ready for this one. So there's a like a maybe an underground tradition here with in between this matchup.
Mm-hmm.
So, into my opinion, it started back in the Alex Smith days, the Kaepernick days, the Jimmy Garoppolo days, and hopefully it continues in the Brock Purdy days, to where when the Packers and the Niners play, when it's meaningful, the Niners stump the Packers.
They usually beat the rocks off of them. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and so, Jock, I need your team to do the same thing today. I need to see Jordan take this L.
Yes, sir.
I need that to happen. Like as a Bears fan here, that would make me, have the warm and fuzzies with my Bears slipper here that I'm gonna put on after they lose this game, so I can be all comfortable. So I need the Niners to do that for me, so I can go to sleep like Homer Simpson in those memes. So yes.
What's up? Let's go.
Right.
Let's man.
Right.
What happened?
Man. That was great, Jamal. It was excellent. And so, bro, who you got for this one, man? San Francisco or Green Bay? San Francisco, man, coming off a lot of rest. But San Francisco, they got a narrative too, honestly, and that has been to not get over the hump. A team that's right there, they just haven't gotten over that hump. Green Bay come in with nothing to lose. Playing with house money as Jamar State. This is, the lights are heavier now for Jordan Love. Who you got for this one, bro?
Man, how they say it in the Bay, bang bang Niner gang. I got the 49ers.
Hey.
I got the Niners, man. I think they set the tone today and just make a statement. That's not to say that Green Bay won't play a good game, but I think the 49ers, they make a statement today.
They hungry, man. They hungry.
Ooh, this is a tough game for me, man. I'm gonna listen to you first, Jacques. Go ahead,
man. You already know how I'm coming, man. Look,
yes, sir.
Bang 90. We well rested.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We figuring out the miscues. We ready. We ready.
Green Bay, man. I tell you what, Jacques. Green Bay put up 48 last week on the road. 48.
Against who?
It was against Dallas.
Like Brandon, this could be a Cancun, man. I don't know. We were just looking at you for this Cancun. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna go with y'all, man. It's a Cancun. It's a Cancun, Jamar. But I tell you what, like your word is, Jamar, and I'm stealing it from you. I ain't got the warm and fuzzies. And the reason being is because this kid, Matt LaFleur, I think he'll get enough credit as a great head coach, y'all. And
I agree with that.
The biggest thing for me, y'all, is not just Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love.
It's the
but
foundation.
fellas, it's and Jamar, and you guys are football savants. Jock, it's Aaron Jones. He's rested, and he's a dog.
That's cool.
Yeah. And they controlling the clock. He getting 5 yards per carry. I mean, it's against Dallas and the Bears, but
I don't think he's gonna do that against Fred Warner today.
I got CMC who was averaging almost 5 to 6 yards a carry, bro. I'm straight. I'm good.
Hey,
I think I tell y'all this, man. I think this gonna be a game, y'all. I think we in for two. This finna be a classic weekend, dog. Maybe I think
last week was trash. Last week was trash.
Dude, I heard they call Aaron Jones the great value version of CMC, man. That's all I'm saying.
God, the great value version.
And so, yeah, man, I think that's gonna be a fun game, man. I'm looking forward to watching. I'm looking forward to that, man. For real, that's gonna be a game. Jamar, bro, tell us, man, who gonna win this Detroit and Tampa? The Tampa come in. We know Tampa finna come in. They finna blitz like hell. Everybody that watch football know Todd Bowles. That's what he do.
Coming for you, boy.
Coming for you like a dog. And so, Detroit, they at home. They got speed. They got skill. Tampa come in hungry, nothing to lose. Like, y'all stay house money. Yeah. Come off, you cocky this weekend. You come in cocky as hell after you get you win that that first round game. Teams be coming in on the road cocky as hell, right? Nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? Tampa Bay coming in Detroit cocky as hell tomorrow, Jamar. Cocky as hell. And so do the cockiness in tomorrow.
I mean, look like this. Like you said, Todd Bowles, he blitzed a lot. I think the only person that blitzed more than him is Brian Flores. I think.
Okay.
And so yeah, like they are playing with house money. House money teams are dangerous. However, I will tell you one scenario that's a little bit more dangerous than that. That's a team with a fan base that has been deprived of
Man.
football success
I
for
like
decades.
that. I like that.
Decades.
It's very
Yeah.
sad.
It was loud as hell last week. It was
Dude,
like deafening.
They said the decibel level on that, because I was listening to the radio on my way to the store this morning before I came on. They said the level of that was equivalent to standing next to a plane taking off at the airport. Just let that sink in.
Wow.
That's how loud they were.
Mm.
Like that. That is like generations. That's like equivalent to the Cubs. Just think about that. Equivalent to the Cubs. The year they won the World Series.
Right.
That I think that is more dangerous than a team with house money right now. Man, I'm taking the Detroit Lions.
When they won the World Series too, it was Jesus.
Oh yeah, it was off the chain. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. Yeah.
The Cubs winning the World Series is probably the single most like craziest thing in this decade. I mean, in this century so far. Like as far as like importance of sports championships.
Yeah, man.
I was working down there.
Man. Yeah, man. Bring me back to my days of living up north. I used to love up north. We getting ADHD, man, talking about up north. Anywho, let's get back to talking about Detroit and Tampa. And bro, who you got for this one, man? You know, I know you're a Lions fan, low key.
That grit. Is the grit back? Because you used the grit last week.
Yeah, man.
I was
too.
Bro did pick the Rams. Told y'all Detroit was gonna take care of business.
Yeah, it was a good game though. I appreciate that game. All the other games were trash.
Facts.
Man, this one kind of tough because I ain't the biggest Baker Mayfield fan, but man, bro, he been doing his thing at top of this year, man. Dang, I think the pressure is off of him, and he ain't got the pressure, being the number one pick no more, and it's just he just kind of like playing free. And like I said, Todd Bowles, man, he gonna bless you. He gonna come. So I hope Jared Goff ready, bro, because he gonna be coming this week, man. And Mike Evans and you got Godwin and the linebackers, man, they speedy, man. That's I ain't gonna lie, man. It's a tough one, bro. I don't know.
This is gonna be a game, dog.
This is gonna be a dog fight.
It's the grit, man.
I'm gonna go with the Lions, bro, but
you ain't got the warm fuzzies?
Man, no, I don't, man. The way Tampa came out and played last week, man, I don't know.
Yeah. People be sleep on their defense too, and
yeah.
Shout out to Antoine Winfield. Shout out to Jason
Pierre-Paul.
Shout out to
Vega. Antoine Winfield, he got snubbed for Pro Bowl. I feel like they both.
He is the greatest midget safety I've seen since Mike Brown.
Wow.
The greatest midget safety I've seen, man. That boy can ball. And he'll come up and lay a hit on you, won't he?
Dude, that feel like a backhanded compliment, bro.
What? It's true. He's short.
I'm not saying
short, he a little bitty safety. But he got heart, man, and he'll come up and lay a lick on you. And on top of that, that man will catch a pick too. And he not the biggest safety, man, but he's an all-pro type safety. And I just give him his kudos because he is an undersized safety.
You know who was my favorite safety after Sean Taylor came to the league? Eric Berry, who had
Eric Berry was nice.
I remember him with Kansas City. Yeah,
I got his jersey around here somewhere. That was my guy.
Oh,
yeah, he was nice.
Yeah. So Jock, bro. Yep. And so Jock, bro, who you got for this in Detroit or Tampa?
Man, it's gonna be a dogfight, like we said, man. But I think the thing that's gonna be the difference maker is that home field advantage. It's gonna look like one of them Madden cameras. That bitch gonna be rocking, shaking.
Defense, opposing team can't even see their plays right.
Oh, bro, it's gonna be one of those. Like, I just feel like they home crowd gonna give them the advantage of the game. Like, they amped up, just like Tampa Bay amped up just for beating the Eagles.
Yeah.
Detroit amped up just off of winning that one game.
Yeah.
Right.
In front of their fans.
In front of fans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they like, man, look, we praying the Packers win, but if we don't, we got to play this one last game in front of our fans. We gonna show out. So I'm going with Detroit, man.
Yeah. I think we got a Cancun on this one too, because I stated to Ian and Jamar weeks back that I say the one team I felt that could be dangerous to San Francisco is your boys, Detroit. And so that home field is something, man. But Tampa, they finna come in. It's finna be a dogfight. I'm watching that one, of course. I'm watching all the games, of course, but I'm highly interested in that one for a variety of reasons. All right. This is a classic battle right here, fellas. We've seen it for years and years and years and years and years now.
Yes, sir.
Buffalo Bills, Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes versus Josh Allen, man. We've seen this for years. Now, the only difference now, fellas, the tides have turned. They ain't in Kansas City no more. This is in Buffalo.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo now.
And
so, with that being said, Jamar, I know your team, had a bad start, but we talk about a team that's been playing the best football for the last 8 weeks. It's been Buffalo. Now, those are generally teams that make it to the Super Bowl. Team that's been hot for a while.
Man.
Jamar, who you got for this one, bro? But I mean, the thing is, they playing an all-time great quarterback. And so this is a hard game. Who you got, Jamar?
And somebody cue some Drake music. This is an emotional bout right here, man. This like they pretty much deemed this quarterback matchup as this generation's Brady versus Manning type deal.
Right. That's exactly what it is.
It's one of those.
I'm going to pick this. My mind says Buffalo. It does. Like you said, they've been playing the best football in the league in the last 2 months. But you know what? I'm gonna go with the Bills. I'm going with the Bills. Bills my pick.
Okay. Yeah. Ian, bro, who you got?
I ain't gonna lie, man. I think Josh Allen get him this time, man. I think he get him this time at the crib, man. I think they get Pat this time. I don't think Pat ain't even got enough firepower on the offensive side to keep up.
Cause they can't catch a goddamn cold. Fuck you talking about?
Yeah, and it's gonna be real cold.
Right, gonna be real cold. But the difference now, Jock, Ian, and Jamar, in the past years, Josh would do that by himself, Jamar. But guess what? He got some help now, and it's a kid.
He didn't have help for a while, but it's just.
But he got a running back now, bro, that he can rely on.
I think it's his mentality too. Change his approach. Not playing hero ball per se.
But this kid Cook, man, takes a lot of pressure off of him now. That kid elusive, he can run. He was getting about 6 yards per carry against Pittsburgh last week. And he can catch the ball. He's very dangerous out the backfield.
He's the better Cook.
Okay.
Man, don't do that.
Yeah, man. We was talking about that recently too, Jock.
Don't do that.
Big bro, little bro.
Dalvin was the dog before he tore his ACL. Be cool, man.
No, Dalvin was. I get you now. He did strike fear, but as of right now, 2024, James is a better Cook.
Dalvin just right now, he just you know what I'm saying, he a journeyman. It's okay. But
no, be careful. Remember, guys, today we finna see Big Bro at 3:30.
Oh yeah.
With Baltimore, don't forget. He signed to chase a ring. We had the conversation a few weeks ago to see ring chasing. And so he's on his ring chase right now for the moment. You know what I'm saying? And so, Jamar was telling me that he got a lot of football left in him. And I agree. So we finna see, man. If, maybe Big Bro went with Baltimore on purpose because maybe, we could be talking about the brothers next week.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Crazy that sound. And so, Jock, who you got, bro?
Man, so I was talking to Tiana about this, and we both want Buffalo to win, but you know these money hungry people. She was bringing up the cheating card, Taylor Swift. You know what I'm saying?
I kind of feel like they
I'm,
gon' Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
I feel you on that.
she was like, you know, if they want the money, they gonna bring that white. I'm like that white bride. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Like she like, yeah, they gonna bring her. You know, and who wouldn't have say that? You know, the NFL wouldn't want. You know what I'm saying? Like Lamar and Patrick. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's still like the NFL label him is like you gotta beat Patrick. You know what I'm saying? To
Yeah,
get to the Super Bowl type shit.
he the face of the league right now,
Right.
Right.
So
quote unquote.
you know, and I could see the NFL doing some stupid shit like that.
Cooking the game, basically.
Yeah,
Mm.
but
It's always a possibility.
it's always a
Keelan,
possibility. But I'm sticking with Bills Mafia. You know what I'm saying? Patrick Mahomes, he ain't got nobody to throw to but Travis Kelce.
I don't know about that, man. I like that kid Rice.
He all right. You know what I'm saying? He got to play in negative degree weather. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be cool. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be different. You know, it's that frozen tundra for real. Like this ain't Kansas City.
Right. I mean, Kansas City was a frozen Sandra too last week, if you remember, bro. It was negative
It
30.
was. It was.
It was negative 30. It was the fourth coldest game in NFL history.
It definitely.
But it was, you know, I mean, it was freezing cold in Buffalo last week. I mean, they had to cancel the game, you remember, bro, because it was so cold.
The snow, it was the snow.
And it was so
Right.
much snow. It was like unbelievable. They had to cancel the game.
Man, I got some people that stay out there in Buffalo, man. They said, I guess one year they had almost like 20 feet of snow, bro. Something like that, bro.
Yeah.
It was sick, bro.
That's ridiculous.
Crazy.
That's
Crazy.
sick.
It's unreal, man. Unreal. And so, yeah, fellas, Jamar and Ian know me, man. I love y'all, but I can't bet against I can't bet against Patrick Mahomes.
See? So you with the Taylor Swift Kajins too?
It ain't about Taylor Swift, not for me, bro. It's about Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, he got the
And
refs too in his back pocket. I mean, we can't count that either.
I mean, you know, Josh do too, though. You know, low key. You know what I'm saying? Like last week, you know, that
Not
was
like
a bull. You know, right? It ain't nothing in comparison to Patrick. I agree. Man. But you
Not
know, like
that.
last week, man, that was a bull crap call when Pittsburgh
sure.
had their momentum. It was 17-24. And that little hit that the guy did, Miles Jack, he didn't even try to hit him. It was just, like throw that flag and just change the whole trajectory of the game. When the game got competitive and all that. You feel me?
He the poster child for that. I just seen that happen so many times. You know, the Chiefs, they beat down and you know, somebody might touch him and he fall, he start crying. Here come that flag. Yeah. They be like, come on, bro.
Yeah, man. Pittsburgh could have damn near beat them last week. I'm just saying, the Pittsburgh, like I feel so bad for Pittsburgh because they just ain't got a quarterback. You know, if they had a quarterback, I'm here to say that Pittsburgh would have probably beat the hell out of the Bills because it was the quarterback. It was just Mason Rudolph. He threw 2 picks in the red zone. Like,
yeah, man.
Don't do that. Yeah, man. Like, and they lost by 2 touchdowns. Like, but anywho, I hope they retain Mike Tomlin. If they don't, they stupid.
Come to Chicago, Mike. Please.
Please. We love that, man. We would absolutely love that. And so, with that being said, yeah, man, I'm gonna go with Kansas City because Patrick Mahomes is an all-time great quarterback, and it's hard for me to bet against him. And so, with that being said, well, that concludes our picks. Man, going down. Man, excited. So, with that being said, thanks y'all for I should have put that NFL divisional round picks, but whatever. And so now we progress to Ian's basement. And so, Ian, bro, just curious, you got anything for us this morning, bro?
Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. We've been talking a lot of football, but there's been a lot of basketball going. There's been a lot of basketball around lately. So,
hey,
I got a question. So, who is your favorite young star right now, because we seeing the end of it. We kind of seeing the end of an era. Brian, he ain't got much longer. KD, Steph, them guys, they gonna be on the way out in a couple years. So,
Mhm.
what's y'all favorite young star right now?
Man,
I got one. I know one of y'all gonna say him too.
Man,
so if we're talking about young, so I'm assuming like what, 25 and younger type deal.
Yeah, what that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like.
like 25 and younger. Yeah, 25 and younger. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, 25 and
so
younger.
it's wild because me and Brandon was on opposite ends on this one, but I kind of migrated to Brandon's pick. I am a big Ant-Man fan.
Man, you took it right. There it is. There
I
it
was gonna
is.
take that.
I love his mentality. I love his game. I love his
That's Michael
approach.
Jordan's real son, bro. That's Michael Jordan's real son.
It ain't Marcus. It's Ant.
Nah.
hell no.
Yeah, no, I love that man's game. I do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Ant-Man different, dog. Like his whole body makeup, he like Michael Jordan. Like, man,
Right.
he different, man. His athletic ability, man. I don't know if he gonna be able to get it done in Minnesota, but they got a
I,
hell of a team though. Like they taking that step, so we gonna see. But
I'm one two
Ant-Man, man,
bus right now.
yeah, man, Ant-Man, man, dude. And
Yeah.
it's crazy. Everybody see it. Like everybody that watch it, everybody see it. You see
Mhm.
it. It's there. So
Right.
I
Right.
like
Right.
Shea. Though. I like Shea from
yeah,
OKC.
Okay, I knew
yeah,
somebody's gonna
yeah.
take him. I
Underrated.
knew somebody's gonna take
Oh,
SGA.
Underrated.
He's
Underrated.
overrated.
I know I
under.
said underrated.
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 He
Under.
Oh, I
Underrated.
underrated,
was
dog.
say,
He underrated.
Uh-uh.
wait.
We
Nah.
we know our sports,
About to,
dog. We will not
about to
say
get
that
that
he's
about to
overrated.
get that man a heart attack.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Cardiac
Yeah,
arrest
dog. We
over
will
there.
not say that boy is
uh,
overrated. He is
uh,
underrated,
Shea like that, man.
underappreciated.
Sure.
And bro, I'm gonna
Oh,
make a case. I'm gonna make a case, and I just like how he been playing. I'm gonna make a case for Victor Wembanyama.
okay.
Man,
Wemby.
did you see that block he did against Giannis, bro?
They don't give him
Yeah.
the ball enough, man.
That was
Yeah.
just, excuse my French, but that was some big boy shit right there. That was
For
some shit
sure.
that only few humans in the world can settle. Like it
Pun
looks
intended.
like some off a movie. Like
Man.
Yeah.
I'm like, he blocked Giannis. Like, and you see how high they was in. They
Yeah.
were somewhere way in the sky, like way
Hey,
up there, bro. Like at the
Wait,
moon and shit.
wait. Did you say excuse my French while talking about a French man? Was that pun intended?
Like
Yeah,
literally, bro.
I think Wemby gonna be one of the ones.
Man.
But to be honest, I don't know with him being over there with Pop. Like he stated, I don't think he get the ball enough. Like I don't know, man. Like
Right.
I know he's
He
still
a
young,
rookie
but
right
I
now.
think Wemby one of the ones, man. I think he just need to let him be him, man. Let him do his thing, like a
Let
little
him
bit
play a
more.
little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the thing is, he got him playing in a lot in the final minutes of the game. And so the point is clear. They just don't know how to win games, San Antonio. Do not be fooled
Yeah,
by
they
their record.
young.
They
Yeah, they
play
young.
everybody tough. Victor Wembanyama get his points off everybody. And it seemed like whenever he play a big name, that's when he come to hoop. Like he be
Yeah,
coming out like,
just wait till
cause
he gets
he
some
took
weight
it.
on.
Yeah,
You know
that
what I'm
too.
saying?
you know what I'm saying?
He took it toe to toe with Giannis, man. He ain't
Oh,
back down, and that's
absolutely.
what you like to
He
see.
took AD toe to toe. He took Joker toe to toe. Like he taking
Uh,
everybody toe to toe right now, and he's
Little
sending a
6'6"
clear
man,
message.
bro.
Yeah. Well, and so yeah, Jock. I don't know if he's about to say something, bro, but I wanted to make a case for Victor Wembanyama, bro, because like the
I know. I
kid is
said stick figure man, little stick figure man.
yeah, man. The kid is hooping, man.
yeah, for
So
sure.
it's some of them dunks ain't he doing like he ain't even reaching, like he ain't even jumping, he just dunking.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
crazy.
God just gave him that, man. Everybody can't be
Like
he's 7'4",
7'5".
7'5", and
Yeah, bro.
He can dribble like a guard, and he can pull up like a
Yeah, you see
forward
them
or a
threes
two
he be
guard.
hitting, bro. You see them
Man,
threes
bro,
he be
that's
hitting, like
yeah.
it's gonna be real scary.
I just pray he stay healthy. So like Josh said,
Exactly.
he get a little bigger. But I don't. see with him, the way his body structure is, I don't know if he get bigger and it kind of hurt him. Like he almost like KD in a sense, but he even taller than KD, which is crazy.
Katie ain't
So,
the weight in his life, man. Stop.
so as long as he stay healthy, I think he's gonna be one of the ones, man. Wemby, I'm on the Wemby train. I think he's gonna be one of the ones, man. He not.
Man, bro, it's finna be going down, man. Like it's finna be, man. Like Wemby finna, yeah. NBA just super competitive now, man. Super competitive. Talent is just crazy, fellas. It's crazy,
Yeah.
man. It's crazy.
No.
His talent is crazy, like unbelievable, man. And so, and bro, you never gave us who you got.
Y'all
Who?
said him, Ant-Man. That's
Okay, Ant-Man.
Yeah,
Yes,
y'all said him, man. I done became a fan, man, these last couple of years, bro. Just watching him like blossom into the player that he still got a long way to go. Like,
Man, I knew he was gonna be a dog when they didn't get him the foul last year on that dunk, man.
on that dunk, man,
Sick. They
man.
should have gave him the foul. I'm just saying, like, who's jumping like that right now?
He
right.
just did it the other night. He just did it the other
Yeah,
night.
yeah. I just posted
He literally threw the
I just
ball
posted
in the
a
rim.
reel off the
No,
backboard.
I seen it. I seen that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Nobody
Me and
wanna
Jamar,
talk
yeah, me and
about
Jamar
that.
been having this debate before Ian was on a podcast. Literally, like between LaMelo Ball and Ant, and like this was their rookie years. You know what I'm saying? Because I was watching him at Georgia do his thing, and like and see him blossom, man. It's definitely something to see, man. In Minnesota, damn, I'm sitting there looking at their record. I'm like, damn, they pretty
Yeah,
damn
number
good.
one in the
Like.
Best defensive team in the league too, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Definitely. They got them two towers, man. You know, down low. And so, you know, and one thing I love about Ed, man, Ian, is that he commits to the defensive end too.
Yeah.
Yeah, low key. I don't think a lot of people talk about that either.
He commits heavily to the defensive end, and that's
I think
what the
he get,
championships.
he get at least like almost 2 steals a game.
Yeah.
That's what
I don't think a lot of people talk about that. That's big for sure.
For sure. Facts, absolutely. And so, yeah, with that being said, fellas, let's not progress with our final thoughts and shout outs. And so we're gonna start with our guest first. Man, bro, Jock, give us any final thoughts and shout outs as we head into the weekend. And from there we go with you and we see if Jamar here, etc. So, Jock, bro, any final thoughts, shout outs as we head into the weekend.
Man, I'm just shout out to y'all, man. Since tuning in, since my homie Tiana was on here, man, every morning session I wake up, I just listen to y'all comment. You know what I'm saying? Just be commentating. It's always fun with you guys, man. It's a blessing. Just shout out to y'all. Everybody stay blessed and always roll up one, man. For sure.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And bro, man, you go next, bro. Any final thoughts, shout outs? We head into the weekend.
Man, shout out to Jock for coming on with us this week, man. Great conversation, man. Continue to rock with us. Come back anytime you want to, bro. Man, everybody is gonna be a cold one this weekend. We know you on the beach, Brandon, but it's a little cold. It's a little cold out here, bro.
Yeah.
So everybody, man, stay warm. Be safe out here, man. Enjoy the time with your family. Yeah, man, just try to stay warm. It's gonna be a cold one this weekend.
Man.
Yeah. Jamar, bro, give us that final word, bro.
Yeah, shout out for Jock for joining us. Appreciate you, bro. Definitely appreciate you.
Always.
Man. So I actually want to give a shout out to Mark Davis. Mark Davis for actually hiring
Antonio Pierce. Yeah.
Like
Pierce.
He deserved it. He deserved it so well.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's kind of rare. Like, it's saying like nowadays, right? When especially an interim black coach that comes in and actually supposed to do what they're supposed to do and don't actually get the job, but the players fought for him to get that job.
Yeah.
Mark and players did their thing. The fan base did their thing. Just all in all, man, I'm happy for Antonio Pierce.
Yes, sir.
Thanks,
Man. And so, yes, world. Remember that with God, all things are possible when you put God. And so, man, Yes, sir. So with that being said, on behalf of the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, we would like to thank you all for tuning in with us this morning. Continue to chop it up with us, as Ian stated, and support our podcast on various platforms. And if you would love to talk sports with us on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, we are here and would love to do so with you. Your love and support is truly appreciated, and we hope you all have a blessed, safe, and warm weekend. Peace.